I am Tamia Jenkins, and I am a Black student at a PWI.
I am Carl White IV, and I am a Blacks man at a PWI.
My name is Shay Drake, and I'm a Black student at a PWI.
Mississippi, a state with a rich and complex history, is home to several public universities. Yet, within the hallowed halls of the University of Southern Mississippi, the journey for Black students is one of challenge and triumph. In 1965, Gwendolyn Elaine Armstrong and Raylani Branch broke barriers at the University of Southern Mississippi, becoming the first Black students to enroll. Their presence marked a significant step toward equality, but the journey was fraught with challenges.
We had to have 2 credits of PE at that time. And I was out on the baseball field, which is now Trent Lott Building and the new business building. And I'm not a sports person. I couldn't hit a ball or put a ball in a basket or none of that kind of stuff. But when I was up to bat, the ball, someone yelled "nigger" from the back of the football field, the buildings, and I hit the ball, a home run, and I never hit a ball up until then, and I haven't hit one since then.
Black students continue to navigate the complexities of attending predominantly white institutions like Southern Miss. While much has changed, the echoes of the past still resonate.
When I first came, it was very hard. I was looked as less than, someone that was inferior. I am a part of Eagle Connection, which are ambassadors for the university, and it is a predominantly white organization. So when I go into those spaces, I can count on my hand how many people who look like me are there.
I believe I've had a pretty good experience as a student of color here. Obviously, it's had its ups and its downs, but being in Mississippi and knowing the history of some things that have happened in Mississippi, not only just like in the state, but at different schools and just in the region of America as well. I think I've had a pretty favorable experience.
Despite the challenges, Black students are thriving, building communities, and making their mark on these campuses.
I think that organizations are crucial for those who need those spaces. Because you do have some people who are self-sufficient, and some people find their community not just on the university. They may find their community outside the university through church. And which is actually something I've in the past had encouraged students that even if you were turned off when you were a kid, find a space that that nurtures the spirit that you have for your faith, and to put yourself in those spaces, because those are spaces that you choose versus being with your parents and your parents placing you in those spaces.
Student-led organizations play a crucial role in fostering a sense of belonging and advocating for change. From cultural events to mentorship programs, these initiatives are vital.
Being on a college campus is much more than academics and the books. It's really about finding out who you are as a person. And so the organizations that a student of color may interact with, whether it be the African American Student Organization, whether we're talking about Queens Uplifted or Men of Excellence, or many of the organizations, the Association of Black Journalists, for example. All of those organizations, in addition to the vast number of organizations that we have here on campus, they provide a great opportunity for professional development, for finding that sense of belonging, finding your community, finding your people. And that's across the board, even as an undergraduate student, being a graduate student here at Southern Miss as well. I remember near the end of my program, and well, not the end, I would say about 2 semesters in, maybe 3. And I said to my advisor, I haven't found my people yet. Like, I haven't found my people. And so having a strong sense of being willing, like, to get out your comfort zone to even articulate that, or having a space to articulate that, I think that makes all the difference for like Black students, students of color, campus-wide. You know, they don't necessarily have to be Black, but students of color, that they can be seen and heard and understood.
The journey toward true equality and inclusivity is ongoing. Institutions like Southern Miss are making efforts to address past injustices and create a more equitable future for all students.
I think the University of Southern Mississippi is an open door to all that seek. That does not mean that there's not any uncomfortable moments or encumbrances, but I don't know of areas and opportunities that exist that are limited and not with the access of African American students. Though are there situations where some might feel uncomfortable? I felt uncomfortable when I came to the University of Southern Mississippi. That was the first time I'd been around mixed race students. I'd never had faculty to the extent that I faced or at the University of Southern Mississippi. So some of those uncomfortable moments came with navigating new turf. I've never knocked on a door and it was not open, though that does not say that every moment of my movement from a student to a faculty position has been totally comfortable. I will say that I think the University of Southern Mississippi offers golden opportunities for all of their students to work and to become, that we can get to their places, their yonder places from right here.
This is the story of resilience, courage, and hope. This is the story of today's Black students at predominantly white universities like Southern Miss. The American dream, once an elusive promise for many, is now within reach for the next generation. As we continue to break down barriers and foster understanding, we move closer to reality, where every student can thrive regardless of the color of their skin.